Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and collectible denominations in British coinage, the 50 pence coin. While it may seem like an ordinary coin that you use every day for parking or snacks, some 50 pence coins are incredibly rare and valuable, fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Whether found in pristine mint state or even in a worn, damaged condition, these coins have captured the attention of serious collectors across the globe. Stay tuned as we explore the top 5 most valuable UK 50 pence coins, what makes them so special, and how you can spot one in your change that might be worth a fortune. So let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 50 pence coin from the year 1982. This coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but its history, condition, and collector appeal have made it a sought-after piece in today's auction market. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned numismatist, this episode will give you a deep dive into why the 1982 50 pence coin, especially in very fine condition, could be worth far more than its face value, even reaching hundreds of dollars in some cases. The 50 pence coin was first introduced in the UK in 1969 as part of the decimalisation process, replacing the old 10-shilling note. Over time, it became one of the most iconic coins in British currency due to its unique heptagonal shape. The 1982 version was minted during a time of relative political stability in the UK, with Queen Elizabeth II reigning. Although it wasn't a commemorative year, the 1982 50p holds historical significance due to its relatively low mintage compared to other years, and because it marked the end of an era before several commemorative designs started appearing in later years. It features the classic seated Britannia Rarest design used for many years before it was eventually replaced in 2008. The 1982 UK 50 pence coin carries several features that distinguish it from other coins. On the obverse side, it showcases the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, with the inscription Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. F. D. 1982. This portrait was used from 1969 to 1984 and is a favorite among collectors for its elegant profile. On the reverse side, we see the famous seated Britannia holding a trident and shield beside a lion, symbolizing strength and sovereignty. The heptagonal shape, with its 7 sides and smooth, rounded corners, makes the coin instantly recognizable. A coin in very fine condition will retain much of its original detail, including crisp lettering and strong lines on both the Queen's portrait and Britannia's figure, a vital aspect for collector value. What makes the 1982 50p coin particularly interesting is its relative rarity and high-quality condition. Although not the rarest 50 pence in existence, it's still far less common than many modern commemorative issues, especially when it comes to uncirculated or very fine examples. Even damaged or circulated versions of the 1982 50 pence can attract attention from collectors trying to complete specific year sets or historical collections. The fact that this coin was not included in annual coin sets that year adds to its scarcity, as only circulation strikes were made. In damaged condition, while it won't command top dollar, it still holds value due to its date, design, and declining availability. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know. How much is the 1982 UK 50 pence worth today? In very fine condition, the coin can fetch between $65,000 depending on the sharpness of detail and demand at the time of auction. Coins in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can sometimes reach upwards of $156,000, especially if professionally graded and authenticated. Even coins in average circulated condition may be worth $50,000, especially to collectors outside the UK who find it harder to access older British coinage. Auction houses and online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions have recorded strong sales for these coins, particularly when multiple bidders are trying to complete their decimal collections. For those interested in adding the 1982 50 pence coin to their collection, here are some helpful tips. First, always inspect the coin under good lighting. Look for wear on the high points, such as Britannia's helmet and the Queen's hair curls. The less flattening there is, the higher the grade. If possible, get your coin graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS, as a certified grade can boost its resale value significantly. Also, be cautious when buying online. Make sure the seller is reputable and offers clear, high-resolution images. And remember, Just because a coin is old doesn't mean its valuable. Condition, demand, and authenticity are everything in this hobby. So there you have it. The 1982 United Kingdom 50 pence coin. A beautiful piece of British coinage that stands out not just for its design, but for its growing value among collectors. In very fine condition, this coin is much more than loose change. It's a historical artifact that can command significant prices in today's market. If you've got one tucked away in an old drawer or coin jar, it might be time to take a second look. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 pence coin from 1983. At first glance, it may look like just another coin from the 1980s, but don't be fooled. Even in circulated fine condition, this coin can have surprising value in today's auction markets, especially in the United States, where collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare and historically rich UK coins. So, stay tuned as we explore what makes this coin special, why collectors are hunting for it, and how much it could be worth in dollars. To understand the significance of the 1983 50 pence coin, we must take a quick journey into its background. The 50 pence piece was introduced in the United Kingdom in 1969 as part of the decimalization process, replacing the 10-shilling note. Over the years, it has featured numerous commemorative designs and standard issues. The 1983 version belongs to the third series of decimal 50 pence coins and was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. At the time, coins were struck in large quantities for circulation, but the 1983 issue holds a special place due to its limited distribution and the unique context of that year's minting. Unlike earlier or later dates, the 1983 50 pence was not produced in massive quantities for circulation. Most were included only in brilliant uncirculated or proof sets, making the circulated versions quite rare. The 1983 50 pence coin features the familiar heptagonal, seven-sided, shape, which has become iconic for UK 50 pence coins. On the obverse is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, which was used on coins from 1968 to 1984. The reverse of the coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, displays the image of Britannia seated beside a lion, holding a trident and shield, a symbol of Britain's strength and naval legacy. This classic design was a standard until more modern redesigns began appearing in the late 1990s. What truly makes the 1983 coin unique, however, is not the design itself, but the circumstances of its mintage. Circulated versions are exceedingly uncommon, making even damaged or worn examples a potential gem for collectors. Now let's talk rarity. While many UK coins from the 1980s were produced in large numbers, the 1983 50 pence coin was not released for general circulation, except for a very small number that found their way into the public. Most were reserved for annual coin sets sold directly by the Royal Mint. This means that finding one in circulated fine condition with wear from being used in everyday transactions is particularly unusual. Coins that did circulate often got damaged or worn down, but that doesn't significantly diminish their value. In fact, because circulated examples are so scarce, even those in fine or damaged condition are highly sought after by serious collectors who want to own one of the rare few that ever saw the light of day outside a display case. So, what kind of money are we talking about? Well, in recent years, the 1983 50 pence coin has seen a steady increase in value, especially in markets like eBay or collector auctions based in the United States and Canada. In circulated fine condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $100,000 depending on the overall look, detail preservation, and buyer interest. Coins in better condition like very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated can go for upwards of $177,000, particularly if they are graded or come with original packaging from a Royal Mint set. While these numbers may fluctuate based on demand, the 1983 50 pence is undoubtedly a coin whose value is expected to appreciate over time, especially as more collectors learn of its rarity. If you're a collector hoping to add the 1983 50 pence to your collection, here are a few tips. First, always verify authenticity. Because of the coin's increasing value, replicas or altered coins may circulate, especially online. Stick to reputable dealers or request certification from grading companies like NGC or PCGS if you're buying or selling at a higher price. Second, don't shy away from circulated or slightly damaged coins. Their rarity still holds weight in the market. Also, consider checking through old coin jars, inherited collections, or vintage coin sets, especially those from the early 80s. You never know, you might just have this hidden gem lying unnoticed. Lastly, stay informed about auction trends and online sales, as values can rise quickly with growing interest. The 1983 United Kingdom 50 pence coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. It's not just a coin. It's a story of limited mintage, collector passion, and surprising market value. In circulated fine condition, it stands out as a rare survivor among coins that were mostly preserved in uncirculated sets. For collectors, it represents both a challenge and a reward, a coin that's hard to find but well worth the search. So if you come across one of these coins, don't ignore it. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 new pence coin from 1969, especially in extra fine condition. Though it might look like a simple coin at first glance, this early decimal era piece carries an incredible story, historical importance, and, most importantly, a high value in the collector's market, particularly in US dollars. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just starting out, stay tuned to uncover why this coin is a true treasure. The 50 new pence coin was introduced in 1969, marking a revolutionary change in the UK's monetary system. It was part of the decimalisation effort that eventually replaced the centuries-old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a more simplified decimal system in 1971. The 1969 50 pence was among the first decimal coins ever circulated in Britain and stood out due to its heptagonal shape, which was entirely new at the time. It replaced the old 10-shilling note and was initially treated with curiosity and novelty by the public. Because it was introduced 2 years before full decimalization, the 1969 edition holds special historical value as a transition piece. The 1969 50 new pence coin is easily recognizable due to its equilateral curved heptagon design, with 7 straight sides and a smooth curve, a pioneering shape in coin design at the time. The coin features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was used on British coinage from 1968 to 1984. On the reverse, you'll find a seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield, a powerful symbol of British strength and naval history, flanked by a lion. This reverse design by Christopher Ironside was admired for its blend of classical style and modern geometry. Weighing 13.5 grams and composed of copper nickel, the coin was also notably larger and heavier than today's 50 pence coins, adding to its charm and collector appeal. Despite being minted in substantial numbers, over 188 million in total, not all 1969 50 pence coins are equal. Most have been heavily circulated, suffering from scratches, dents, and worn-down designs, making extra fine or uncirculated specimens very hard to come by. In damaged or average circulated condition, the coin may not stand out. However, even slightly damaged coins from 1969 can still attract attention due to their historical value. Collectors often chase this coin as the first decimal 50 pence, making it a key piece in any UK decimal coin collection. And when found in original mint brilliance or nearly untouched condition, these coins become exceptionally desirable, particularly to collectors outside the UK who recognize its rarity and transitional importance. Let's talk about numbers. In circulated or damaged condition, a 1969 50 new pence coin might only fetch around $50,000 depending on the wear. However, when you move into the extra fine or uncirculated range, the value increases dramatically. A coin in extra fine condition, with crisp edges, strong detailing, and minimal surface marks, can sell for $126,000 or more in the collector's market. And if you're lucky enough to possess a specimen in brilliant, uncirculated, or proof-like condition, you could be looking at auction prices of $250,000 depending on the buyer and the auction platform. These prices fluctuate with market demand and the visibility of the coin at the time of sale. So it's not uncommon to see bidding wars over pristine examples. If you're a collector hoping to secure a 1969 50 new pence in extra fine condition, there are a few key tips to keep in mind. First, inspect the edges and the fields. The flat surfaces of the coin should show minimal scratches, and the edges should be sharply defined. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II should retain full detail in her hair and facial features, while the Britannia design on the reverse should be clear and bold. Secondly, be cautious when purchasing online. Always buy from trusted numismatic dealers or verified sellers, and when possible, request close-up images or certification. Third, consider investing in a coin grading service if you believe your coin is in particularly high-grade condition. Third-party authentication can significantly boost resale value and buyer trust. The 1969 United Kingdom 50 new pence coin is far more than just spare change. It's a piece of modern history, marking the shift to decimal currency and the beginning of a new era in British coinage. In extra fine condition, this coin can command impressive sums in the auction market, particularly among collectors from the UK, the US, and worldwide. If you happen to have one tucked away in a drawer or coin jar, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look. You could be holding a small silver-toned treasure worth big money. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 new pence coin from the year 1979, even in damaged condition. Yes, you heard that right. Despite its age and possible wear and tear, this coin can still catch the attention of collectors and even command impressive prices at auctions. So whether you're rummaging through old change or have inherited a dusty coin collection, stay tuned as we break down why this coin is turning heads in the numismatic world and what makes it such a treasure even when it's not in mint shape. The United Kingdom introduced the 50 new pence coin in 1969 as part of its gradual transition to decimal currency. The 1979 issue came exactly a decade later, during a time of change in British politics and economy. This coin was part of the second wave of decimal coins and was minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The 50 pence coin of that era was larger than the current ones in circulation and carried significant weight both literally and historically. While millions were minted in 1979, only a fraction of those have survived in collectible condition, and even fewer are found with the types of unique traits and collector interest that give them value today. The 1979 50 new pence coin features the crown profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, a portrait that was used on British coinage from 1968 to 1984. On the reverse, the design showcases Britannia, the female personification of Britain, seated beside a lion and holding a trident and shield. The edge of the coin is seven-sided, making it instantly recognizable and uniquely British in design. The coin's composition is copper-nickel, and its diameter is 30 millimeters, making it much larger than the smaller, post-1997 50 pence coins. Despite being a general circulation coin, the combination of its design, vintage, and historical context contributes to its rising value, especially for rare variants or examples with minting errors. Now here's where things get interesting. Most people assume a damaged coin loses all its value, but with the 1979 50 pence piece, the story is slightly different. In numismatics, rarity and historical appeal can sometimes outweigh the physical condition of a coin. While a heavily scratched or corroded coin may not fetch top-tier prices, even damaged coins from limited mintage years like 1979 can still appeal to collectors who are seeking to complete a historical series or who value the coin for its design and scarcity. Coins with slight edge wear, discoloration, or minor dents can still be listed at auctions and attract bids, particularly if they exhibit other appealing features like patina, partial minting errors, or strong design details that have survived. When it comes to market value, the 1979 50 new pence coin in damaged or circulated condition generally sells in the range of $57,000, depending on the severity of the damage and the overall eye appeal. However, coins in better condition from the same year have been known to fetch up to $125,000 or more, especially if sold in collectible sets or with original packaging. Interestingly, if a damaged coin has a rare minting flaw such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or double dies, the value can skyrocket to $200,000 or beyond, even in heavily circulated form. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and various coin forums have seen such coins change hands at surprisingly high prices. If you're a collector or just starting out, keep your eyes open for this coin even if it looks worn or damaged. Examine it closely for signs of minting errors, and always check both sides for unusual markings or inconsistencies. Store your coins in protective holders to prevent further damage, and avoid cleaning them, as that can reduce their value significantly. Use a magnifying glass to inspect details, and consider joining numismatic groups or online forums where you can compare your finds with other collectors. Finally, get your coin appraised by a trusted dealer if you suspect it may be rare or unique. So there you have it, the United Kingdom's 1979 50 new pence coin, a piece that proves even damaged coins can hold significant value for collectors. Its historical relevance, iconic design, and growing demand in the market make it a worthwhile addition to any collection. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just starting your treasure hunt through jars of old change, keep an eye out for this remarkable coin. Sometimes, the most unexpected items hold the biggest surprises. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 new pence coin from the year 1980. Although it may look like a regular coin at first glance, when preserved in excellent condition, this 1980 50p coin can command surprising attention and big money at auctions around the world. Whether you're a longtime collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, this episode will shed light on why this seemingly common coin might be worth more than you think, especially in the collector's market where rarity and condition matter most. The 50 new pence coin was first introduced in the UK in 1969 as part of the decimalisation process that modernized Britain's currency system. The 1980 edition continued this legacy with its large, seven-sided shape and durable cupronickel composition. It was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and represented a strong and functional piece of modern currency. At that time, the 50 pence coin was equivalent to half a British pound and held significant spending power. The coin featured the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was used from 1968 to 1984. Although millions of these coins were minted, the survival of well-preserved examples from 1980 has become increasingly rare, especially in excellent or uncirculated condition. The 1980 50 new pence coin showcases several features that set it apart. It retains the distinctive heptagonal shape and equilateral curve of 7 sides, which gives it a unique feel in your hand and makes it easily recognizable. The obverse side features the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, designed by Arnold Machin. The reverse design, crafted by Christopher Ironside, displays Britannia seated beside a lion, holding a trident and olive branch, symbolizing peace and strength. Below her is the denomination, 50 new pence. This design remained in use until the coin was redenominated to simply 50 pence in later years. These details, combined with sharp edges and crisp designs, make coins in excellent condition a true pleasure to examine under magnification. While the 1980 50 new pence coin was not the lowest mintage of the decade, most circulated examples today are found in worn or damaged condition due to heavy use over the years. Coins that have lost their original luster or have been scratched, dented, or tarnished tend to lose appeal in the numismatic market. However, when collectors come across a coin from 1980 that retains its original sharpness, clean surface, and no visible damage, it quickly becomes a sought-after item. Even in moderately circulated condition, this coin attracts attention due to its age and discontinued new pence inscription, which was later phased out starting from 1982. Damaged coins may still fetch a few dollars depending on collector interest, but coins in excellent or brilliant uncirculated condition can see significantly higher demand and price tags. In today's international coin market, condition is everything. A standard circulated 1980 50 new pence coin might sell for around $46,000 depending on where. However, when found in excellent, nearly mint or proof-like condition, these coins can reach values of $186,000 at auctions, particularly if they come with original packaging or are part of a proof set. Certified uncirculated examples graded by agencies such as NGC or PCGS can go even higher, with collectors in the US, Canada, and Australia showing strong interest in rare and well-preserved UK coins. Additionally, error coins from this year, including misstrikes or off-center minting, can command hundreds of dollars, although these are much rarer and must be authenticated by experts. In short, if you've got a pristine 1980 50 new pence coin, you might be holding on to a small fortune. If you're a collector looking to add the 1980 50 new pence coin to your collection, condition should be your number one priority. Always examine the coin for details like the sharpness of Britannia's features, clarity of text, and the absence of scratches or discoloration. Use gloves when handling valuable coins to avoid oils from your skin damaging the surface. Store your coins in airtight, acid-free holders or display cases to maintain their quality. It's also a good idea to get high-grade examples professionally graded and certified. This not only boosts their credibility, but also increases their resale value. Keep an eye on online auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or UK-specific coin markets, as rare condition specimens tend to appear without much notice. Finally, always stay updated with recent market trends, as values can fluctuate depending on collector demand and market availability. So, there you have it. The United Kingdom 50 new pence coin from 1980 is more than just a chunk of metal from the past. It's a historical piece, a collector's gem, and potentially a valuable asset if kept in excellent condition. While it may not seem rare at first glance, the true treasure lies in those coins that have survived decades without wear and tear. Whether you found one in an old coin jar or inherited it from a family member, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might be holding on to something worth much more than 50 pence. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare British coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content on valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Stay tuned, stay curious, and happy collecting.